Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Missveelondon. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you are one of my oldies but goodies, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you here. I do all things beauty, fashion, talking and cooking. Actually, I'm going to be doing. I recently put a poll up on my community tab. So if you know what the community tab is on YouTube, I recently put a poll up there, and actually a big majority of the people said that they wanted to see cooking. So that's fine, I'm gonna do that. I had this video planned already, but it fits perfectly since people want to hear me talk anyway. Today I'm actually just going to be talking about dealing with an ex or breaking up with someone. How do we get through that? I decided to make this video a little bit different. I'm going to be featuring a savagexfenty piece because I love savagexfenty. So I'm going to be featuring that piece. I'll let you know later on why I'm doing that. But anyway, let's move on to the video. Okay, so I really want this to be a positive video. So I've come up with 5 different things that I think are really, really important. The first thing is, do deal with it. What do I mean by that? You need to deal with the situation. I liken it to having a debt. You owe money, the letter comes through the post. You have a choice. You can either open it up, pay it, call the company, tell them you don't have any money, try to set up a payment plan, but you deal with it. Second option is going to be to don't open it, put it in the drawer, close the drawer and forget about it. The issue that you have with option number 2, when you put it in the drawer, it is going to feel like it's gone, it's disappeared because you haven't dealt with it. But eventually, even if it's 1 year, 2 years, 2 weeks, whatever, down the line, the bailiffs are going to come knocking on the door and they're going to want to know because they haven't forgotten. Maybe you have forgotten about it, but they haven't forgotten, so you have to deal with it. So it will be things like cry, scream, reminisce, look at old photos, talk about that person. But you have got to go through the motions, okay? Go through the motions of it and don't try to ignore the issue because it will come back. And the worst thing that you want to do is to forget about it and then it comes up in another situation, maybe another relationship, maybe some issue at work. You don't want it to come back and bite you in the bum when you feel like things are going well for you, because you will have to deal with it at some point, and that is really important. So that's the first thing. Number 2, do change your routine. The reason why we feel so good in it is we build up a routine with that person. So it might be that you get up in the morning, you call that person, you look for a message from them, they always say good morning, then you see him on a Wednesday, Friday and a Saturday, or you know, that's if you're dating them. Or there's things that start to happen in a relationship that become routine. You always eat this particular thing, they like that particular food, you cook this. So everything becomes very routine based. So what you need to do is you need to break that routine. You need to change that routine. You've got to let go. So rather than waking up in the morning and checking your phone, maybe wake up in the morning and put some music on. Maybe you need to change the things that you're doing throughout the week. But maybe you need to start rebuilding those connections with people that you didn't see when you were in that relationship, because this is going to help you to change the routine and break it. You have to understand that you are going to feel sad and you are going to feel like doing certain things or calling, but you've got to try to avoid it because we have to let go. Breaking a routine or breaking a habit, it takes time. It's not just this. Any habit, any routine, if you want to change it or if you want to break something, you've got to keep on doing it until it becomes normal, natural and routine for you. 3, do go inside. And I know this is so funny when we're talking about this when it comes to like this quarantine period, but I don't mean physically go inside, I mean emotionally go inside. It just means that you need to go inside yourself and start to focus on yourself. Oftentimes when you get into a relationship, your focus becomes spread out, especially if you have children and things like that. Now your focus is on your children, your partner. But when you've broken up with someone, you actually have that time to go inside yourself and start to focus on you. Start to remember the things that made you happy before that person. Maybe you might need to take more baths, light some candles, maybe you might need to buy something nice for yourself. Go inside yourself and understand what it is that makes you happy and what it is that makes you you. Because you were you before you became us in that relationship. So you need to start to transition yourself back to that point so that you can really center yourself and find who you are so that you're going to be in a best position to move on. 4, do write things down. Okay, and this sounds so cliche, but it is so important, even if it's just to take your mind off of other things. So things like diarising or journaling are going to help you. Even if all it's going to do is to help you to go back at some point and see how far you've come, that is perfect. If you don't like the whole idea of it, just think of it as something, rather than talking about it, you're just going to write it down. That's all it's going to be. Maybe in a week, 2 weeks, 2 years, 4 years, you'll come back and you'll see from day one, this is how I was feeling. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to have a wash. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to eat. But now you're actually smiling. And now you think about that person maybe twice a day or once a day, and everything is an improvement. 5 is really important as well, because this is do take time. Everybody feels like there's a specific time that it's going to take for you to get over someone, some moment that it's going to happen for you. And your friends maybe got over their ex in like 2 weeks, and you're not getting over that person and it's been like 2 years. Don't compare yourself to people. The experience that you had with that particular person was different. So how can you possibly get over that person in the same amount of time as somebody else? Give yourself time. And you have to understand that actually there's going to be some situations where you'll never get over that person. Because if you liken that situation to grief, for instance, when you lose somebody, physically lose somebody and they pass away, you don't ever get over it. But you learn to live with that. You learn to actually attach that to an experience that you once had, or a connection that you once had, and now it's gone. Should I go and get ice cream? Anyway, and don't worry about how long it's going to take, because it's a process and it's a journey and it's part of your story. You may feel weak. You may feel vulnerable. You may feel like you'll never find anybody else or a love again, or you don't want to engage in love again. But that's just now. You're feeling that now. That feeling will change. Nothing ever stays the same. That's the amazing thing. That it's kind of like a blessing and a curse, that things will always change. So ladies, if you're looking for something to make yourself feel better, it's not for anybody. You don't have to buy lingerie or buy something nice because you want to impress somebody else. Impress yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader and do what makes you happy. And so this particular savagexfenty piece, I feel like it's really nice. It's something that you can wear by yourself. You can make yourself feel nice and you can dress up in it. And I'm going to insert like a little clip of the pieces that I bought from there. And you should definitely go onto the website and see if you can find something to make yourself feel better. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do. Make sure that you turn on your notification bells and make sure that you stick around with me so that you can see my next videos that I've got coming up. And definitely go to Instagram, okay? So I'm just going to put my Instagram on the screen as well to make sure that you remember, and the link for it will be in the description box. I will put the link for these savage pieces as well in the description box. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.